Based on a true story, 10 fishermen from Cornwall are signed by Universal Records and achieve a top 10 hit with their debut album at the Sea Shanties. Hey guys, and welcome to my new movie review for the 2019 movie Fisherman's Friends. This movie is rated M and the duration of this film is 1 hour and 52 minutes. Fisherman's Friends is directed by Chris Foggen. Now, I'd actually normally go into the cast of the movie, but due to the fact that there's so many of them, I'm actually going to what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a list right now. It's going to go in front of me. There you go. And these people are in the movie. Sorry to do that to you, but yeah, I'm not going to go into it because it's kind of weird. There's so many of there's a big group of them and there's main stars in it, but it's really hard to kind of nitpick the actual main stars of it because there are main stars and then there's not main stars. It's really difficult, but straight off the bat, guys, those who've been following me for any period of time, if I see bad things about a movie, I like to talk about that and get it over and done with, and then I like to talk about the good things. Two of the main things that I didn't like about this film was one, the main guy named James. He's the main character, James. Sometimes his accent was so thick, I actually didn't know what he was saying. And I didn't like that. I was like, what? It was almost like I needed subtitles because his accent was that thick. The second thing that I didn't like about this film is I felt like the second act of the film dropped the ball a bit. It got a little bit slow. The only other thing that I'll say about this film that I didn't like was, as the synopsis says, that the movie is based on these guys getting this record deal, and it is, but the second act isn't, and the second act of the film is actually focused on a relationship, and then it goes back to them. So, and you know how the movie, how it actually gets the guy to sign these guys is literally, no spoilers actually, I won't do spoilers, but it's not how you think it is. It doesn't happen how you think it is. Other than that, this is a beautiful movie, guys. It really, really is. Something that I found that I didn't really like about the film as well is I could tell that the vocal elements of the movie were done in ADR, and it was kind of obvious, especially at the start of the film. You could kind of tell that it was done in ADR. Now you're like, what is ADR? ADR, for those who don't know, is what the actors do in post-production. They actually get inside a soundroom booth, totally soundproof, and they get in front of a mic, and then they sing it in front of a mic, or they say their lines, and then the audio dubs, they literally sync it, they mash it up, and then that's how they do their audio. Unfortunately, I could tell that that's how they did some of the outside singing. It was a little bit obvious. It wasn't bad. It didn't drop the movie's elements, but you could just tell that was what was happening. Other than that, there is a really precious scene at the end of this movie, guys, and I am not joking you at all. I cried. It was beautiful. It was so lovely. It was so beautiful. This movie has elements that wave up and down. This movie has funny moments, although I have to say, I didn't get most of the jokes. I didn't find them funny. It was good, I just didn't find them funny at all. I didn't laugh at all. The character development is incredible. The way that the storyline brings the elements to where they end up in this movie is really beautiful. And at the end of the film, right at the end of the film, not as the credits are rolling, but right at the end of the film, they show photos of the actual cast, as in the actual men, the Fisherman's Friends, the group, the band. They show them, like the real life guys, and that's pretty cool. Does this movie have rewatchability? Because that's really what movies are about. You don't just watch a movie and then 10 years later you never think of it again, which is really bad. There's so many movies are made like that today, where they're just made, they throw them out, and that's the end of it. Does this have rewatchability? Absolutely. Absolutely rewatchability. Now, when this movie first opened, as in the start of the movie came on, there's a song that plays at the beginning, and I genuinely 100% was thrown back. I really was like, whoa, that's amazing. The vocalists, the sound that comes out of these guys' mouths is 100% captivating. It is incredible. It's immersive. It really is. It reminds me of a few of my favorite songs of all time, where I just want everyone to shut up while it's on. That's really what this reminded me of. And their voices, the a cappella behind their voices was so beautiful, so incredibly powerful, so resident to your spirit and your soul. It was incredible, absolutely incredible. Now, I don't want to give it away, the plot point of what actually happens in this movie, but it's almost like an accident, but a good accident. And the way that the lead actor comes in and what happens to him, then it goes on, and what the end result of his decisions are is really, really lovely. Now, I have to say about the lead guy, well, he's not actually in IMDb as the lead guy, but he's in the main trailers, and he's kind of the focal point of the movie, even though the Fisherman's Friends are. But the guy who signs them, he's their manager, if you want to call it that. The thing that I didn't like about his character, that I was a little bit annoyed about, was how naive he was. And that element of his character, for me, was like, nah, like, I just didn't like it. I just didn't like it. I was just like, yeah, okay, whatever. Like, it just, I didn't hate it. There's elements in the scenes of him that are so naive that it's like, really? You didn't see that coming? Really? But other than that, if you get an opportunity, if you've had the opportunity already to see Fisherman's Friends, what did you think about it, guys? Let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your feedback on your thoughts on Fisherman's Friends. Seriously, I'd really appreciate your feedback. Thank you so much for that. You guys are wonderful. You're amazing. I value your time for being here. Those who've been following me for any period of time at all, you know I love movie trivia. So it's trivia time. During the pub quiz on the Golden Lions, several of the actual Fisherman's Friends can be seen in the opposing team. Also, in 2013, a heavy steel door fell while the band was in a Guildford place, killing Paul McMullen and Trevor Gills, unfortunately. Last but not least, the band have performed in the Pyramid Stage and Glastonbury Festival. I have absolutely no idea whatsoever what that last one means, but I'm sure it's awesome and it's probably a really big deal. Guys, thank you so much for watching this movie review. I really value it. My next movie review is going to be one of two. There's two that I'm actually working on that it hasn't actually hit Netflix yet, but I think it's coming tonight, which is The Irishman. And tomorrow I'm going to go see Frozen 2. So stay tuned to my movie review for that. It's coming Please get excited. Yay! I know, right? I know. Get excited. Woo! Thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. If you haven't, go ahead and hit subscribe on my reviews. I really value that, seriously. Don't forget to click the bell for notifications. That way, when I drop something, it's yours straight away. You're amazing. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up on this movie review, guys. I really value your feedback on that. That gives my channel really good content, and it gives it good feedback. Thank you so much for that. And until my next review, don't forget who's bringing this movie review to you guys. This is Superman Steve, guys. Fly!